Hello, thank you for waiting and welcome to Tier 2 for F1 2022. Now with the lobby finally about to go. One-shot qualifying with an 11-lap race. And then a 33-lap session for the full race. The one-shot qualifying will set the grid for the sprint race, and then obviously whoever comes out on top in that 11-lap race will have their position set for the race. I'm unmuted, don't worry, I've not made that mistake.
I put it in the chat.
But today I'm joined by Nadim and Joe. Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Very good. I wanted to remind you
Not to
that
be muted.
We are not racing in ACC at Portimão.
I know, I fixed it, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Have I done that in the...
Yeah.
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 Oh. Technical...
I mean... It's fine. Yeah. It's totally fine. Hello, guys. Lovely to be here, as always. Commentating alongside these legends. But today is going to be epic. Because we have a title on our hands. Ladies and gentlemen, Pinax. He is a step away from taking the title here at Portimão. And the challenger, Med, is not here. So he is a 1 foot closer to that title, guys. What are your thoughts on that?
Excited to see what tires people go with for the sprint.
Yep. Oh, here we go. We are
Medium.
I mean, right now, this is one-shot quality, we're straight into it. Ghost Rider is in P1. So that's interesting to see, as my camera is broken. Dante, my legend, my driver. We could get another victory here, but no biases, of course. And Panos, look at Panos moving up the grid. This would be nice.
Oh, it's a 1-2.
I mean,
Rob has retired from the session.
But come on, boys. Come on. Why are they... Oh, no. Panos, what the hell have you done? Uh-oh. Well, Panos is lost. Ah. Ghost Rider. 5... With 3 times. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah. Got a little too excited there, maybe jinxed them a bit, but nevertheless. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's not good. But I think we're gonna have an exciting race now with Pinax in P5. So he's in the middle. Yeah. It's gonna be a crazy race. The gaps are so little and the drivers are so competitive in Tier 2 that I think we're gonna have a big 5-way battle here because anything can happen, especially the DRS. It's so important. If you get into that DRS zone or the DRS, it's so easy to stay behind the person you're trying to battle. And we've seen that in Tier 4, especially where there was a big DRS for almost the whole race between Dante, Shine, and Pinax. And I think we're gonna have an exciting sprint and race today. Hopefully, we don't see many crashes, especially, with so many people here. But I think we're gonna have a great race, guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, gotta pull out my legendary commentary for you guys today. My one-off special
Oh,
qualifying.
it,
I
getting
don't
ready
think
for the
we're.
sprint race.
I don't think we're in qualifying darkness, but
Not qualifying, sprint race.
yeah, sprint
But
race.
it's qualifying for the main race.
Well, yes, realistically, but
Also,
it's.
Kevin, I promise I haven't forgotten. Would you like to join us in the commentary box for Tier 2 today?
Oh, and he would also, if you can move Traxy to Rebellious, he asked me for you to do that if you could.
You should already have the permissions to join, but yeah, I'll do it. Oh, he's already in with
Oh,
Rebellious.
that's brilliant. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Now, this is going to be interesting to see. I think whoever can nail the start is gonna have a very good chance of winning here. And we're looking to see, obviously, not because he's my driver, but Panos. He's really fast, and I'm excited to see what he can do here.
And no
30,
one's
13.
gone for the softs.
Yeah, I think
Everyone's
now
gone
that,
for the safe option, and I'm actually quite surprised.
I mean, I do agree with you on that. Maybe a little bit safe, but also you don't want to lose positions and don't want to get that big risk. If you lose too many positions, it is not good in a sense because then you're starting a bit back. So it's always easier to take the safe option, than, try and go risky. Maybe if you're lost, then you have a bit more freedom to play with, if you want to go on the mediums or the softs. But at this rate, I don't think anybody is that opportunistic and thinks they can do it on the softs. So, yeah, I think even though we're not seeing any soft runners, I think in the race we could have a different idea because we did see some soft runners in tier 4, I think possibly in tier 3 as well. So I think anyway, in either way, we're going to have a great race. And I think now the sprint is going to be even more eventful because you don't have many laps and every overtake counts in a sense, and positions really matter. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Points on the board for Pinex as well, our championship leader. In P5, he needs a decent or a good result here, and he could be our Season 3 champion, which would be a great milestone for him, considering this is the season he came back, obviously not racing in Season 2. So, yeah, very good from him this whole season. Med obviously not here, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So, yeah, the grid is getting ready, guys. Yeah, I'm
I'm
excited
excited,
to
but I'm also
see. Yeah,
worried for the first lap, first corner.
who wants to take us for the first lap here?
I think I got this. Hopefully,
All right, go for it, Darkness.
let's go with Ghost Rider for the start of the race. Hopefully, he gets a good start, keeps the lead of the race. 5 lights, and away we go. Good start by the Mercedes, but Mousy with a stellar start finds himself already 2 car lengths ahead. The McLaren side by side with Dante into the first corner. Pinax finding himself up into third. We do have a yellow flag at the back there. I believe that's a House of Tech spinning out, unfortunately, into the second sector now. We've got, let's look at the back a little bit. We've got Formula 1 coming up a few positions, Rebellious as well. Jas moving up to 9th now, overtaking Semi-Daniel down that main straight. Further at the back of the grid, I think Panos is looking down the inside, makes a move on Point K right into that hairpin. Very good move by the newly signed Aston Martin driver for Tier 2.
Yeah,
Back.
very eventful.
Call me
Start.
Panos as well, now down the inside of Disco Stu. Finds him, in fact, around the outside now. Finds himself up another position, up into 11th. Going for another move onto the other teammate. Both Williams overtaken in the middle sector by Call Me Panos. A brilliant brilliant move by the Aston Martin driver.
I mean, that's why he signed. I have to say, he's very good. He's very fast in the race. So he could be looking on good for the race. As many positions as he can take really here. It is the sprint, so he has another chance to get close
Pinax
to
is
the
looking for a
rest of
move
the
as
field.
well. Down the inside, there is a collision between Pinax and Ghost Rider. Unfortunately, Pinax has come away from that incident
Way
off of the
worse.
racing line. Far worse. Fortunately, though, it does not appear as though he's got any damage to his front wing.
Ooh,
Now
but
finds himself right behind Call Me Panos, the Aston Martin driver, who so
Uh-oh.
far has managed to climb, I believe that's 5 positions from the
Wow.
start of this race. Let's have a look at the exchange 4
And this
positions
is
for the
not-
Aston Martin driver.
Yeah, like you said, but this is not good for the McLaren driver. Now he's stuck behind a very fast driver, and he's all the way down into P10, so he's gonna get no points at this rate. So yeah, that incident really hurt him here, but nevertheless, it's only the sprint, and he still has a big chance in the race and here as well to at least gain some positions, you know. But it's very unfortunate contact between the two, and yeah, I'm eager to see what happens here because look at that Trexie now within 1 second of Dante. Dante looks like to be struggling on those medium compound tires. I mean,
DRS
obviously,
enabled this lap. Mousy with a new fastest lap.
and look at that. Dante he's used all of his ERS. He's used everything he had to get inside the DRS of Ghost Rider, and I think he's going to be able to do it. He looks to me like he is in there, and he is, well, indeed, and now he's going to be hunting. He's going to be hunting.
He'll be hunting and defending.
Yeah, as well, yeah. But once you get into that DRS, like I said, it's crazy. It's like a DRS train. You can't really, unless you're really fast, can't really make an overtake. But I'm really interested to see Mousy in P1 though. Bit surprised there, not gonna lie. Didn't think he was gonna be, you know.
He got a stellar start off the line there.
Yeah.
Very nice start as well, and I think he's doing very good job so far.
Panos
Keeping
looking down the inside to make a move on Jazz. He's got his car right beside that rear axle. Unfortunately, not close enough to make a move just yet. He's definitely right there, though.
God, I cannot see.
Let's
because
drive on board with him for a bit into the final corner. He does look to go for the
My
move
God.
along the inside. He's got his car next to him.
But Jazz
Unfortunately, does
has
not get an
away.
exit, but he will have DRS down this main straight. That DRS at that distance is going to be crucial for his overtake.
Oh, but Dante very close to.
Jas with no DRS. Panos deploying every bit of DRS he's got, looking to the inside. Does he go for the move? He does go for the move. Unfortunately, Jas going slightly wide, but he does keep his position. Again, Panos down the inside. Very careful on that corner. It is a very tricky corner with the very high, very vibrant yellow curb there. Looking to the inside, into the hairpin. Late on the brakes. Manages to stop the car just in time. Finds himself now up into 8th place. Very good move. Very good driving by the pair of them. Slightly further back, I think we've also got Disco Stu and Daniel, teammates fighting for position.
By the way, sorry to cut you off there.
Go on.
By the way, it was a bit of a battle between Ghost Rider and Dante. I did see that on the mini map. It looks like they were running side by side at some point, and now Trexie is in a prime position to take P3 here because Dante has no DRS. He's out of 1 second on Ghost Rider. Maybe not. Now he's not, but it was looking like he was gonna lose it. But every time I feel
There's
with
Panos
Dante,
spins.
oh, what happened to Panos?
Oversteer around the final corner.
Mistake, and now he falls down to P14. Oh, that is very unfortunate.
Overheating those rear tyres.
Yeah,
Now Pinax, after that unfortunate spin, he's got the DRS. He is cutting that time down to Jas ahead of him. Will he be able to make a move into the second DRS straight? We will see now. Coming towards the uphill left-hander. He's got that DRS. Unfortunately, he's half a second back, so it would be impressive if he managed to make it with only about 20% ERS left. But so far, Pinax now back in the fight now for points. And Dante
Ghost
on the
Rider,
gearbox
wow.
of Ghost Rider as well. Something's happened between Trexie and Dante for Dante to have caught up to the
He's had
Mercedes
mega
driver
pace.
again.
He has mega pace. It's what I've realized is whenever he looks like he's not doing well, he just tunes it up a notch and just absolutely gets it. And now he's in the prime position once again to get him, because look how close he is to that Mercedes, sorry. And all the while this is happening, Mousy is just getting that gap. And now here we go. The RS is going to be open. He goes to the inside. And Ghost Rider chooses the outside line for the next turn, but there's nothing he can do about that. Just too much straight line speed on that car, on that Aston Martin. And now he's up into P2, and let's see if he's able to get out of that DRS of Ghost Rider, or is Ghost Rider going to be able to get at him now? Because the gap is once again getting closer and closer, but just not close enough. And let's see the pace of Dante. Is he going to be able to catch Mousy? Is he going to be stuck in this DRS train that he was already in? But it looks like it's already 1 second. The gap, he's mightily fast, gaining a few as Colby Panos is gained a few positions back now once again on Tecus and Discos too. So yeah, very eventful sprint. I mean, this is looking very feisty indeed, but Dante, again, fastest second sector. And he's out of the DRS. And he's 1.9 seconds to Mousy. Now that is very impressive. This man has got some serious pace, guys.
Indeed.
Oh, and he does the fastest lap with a 119.738.
That's a 0.3 improvement on the previous fastest lap as well.
Wow,
He is absolutely pushing the limit.
That is some stellar laps. I have to say, there's some qualifying laps indeed as well.
Slightly further back, we've also got Semi-Daniel now 0.2 seconds behind Point K. He does look to go for a move around the outside, but unfortunately hasn't quite got the pace to be able to make the move stick. There will be a second opportunity though. The second helping of DRS. Call Me Panos were right on the gearbox of the Williams driver as well. Down the second straight, he is right on that gearbox of the AlphaTauri. He does look to go for a move down the inside. Unfortunately, not close enough to make a move. Almost mounting the curb there as well, which could have been devastating for his race. Fortunately, his car was kept under control. I think Panos is going to capitalize on that, though. He's right on the gearbox of the Williams driver. Yeah, I think Panos might find himself up another position before the end of this lap.
Oh, and he does it.
There it is.
It down the inside, but Stu with a switchback. Now they're going side by side. He leaves enough room. He sends it once more. Semi-Dan goes for the inside, and now another switchback move from the Williams man. And they're going side by side now, coming up to the final few turns. They're still side by side. And Panos is going to get the DRS, and this looks rather easy for him, to be honest. Actually, Semi-Dan gets the DRS, but Panos he's just defenseless really here. Oh, we have yellow flags. What is going on? I'm not sure about by us just talking about that. Look at Dante. He's 6 tenths to Mousy. He's absolutely put on some, I don't know where he's got all of this pace from, but with 4 laps to go, he's now sitting in prime position to
and unfortunately, I think that's Ferrari. That's Rebellious going slowly. Rebellious, I believe, has had a bit of a spin coming out of the 8th corner there, right after the DRS straight.
I've been getting some who's messaging me?
Dante, 0.3 seconds behind Mousy now, coming down towards the main straight. He will have DRS. He is right on the gearbox. Are we going to see another move down the inside, or is he going to try and wait it out for the second DRS straight? He is closing, but he's going to hold back, keeping his car as close to that gearbox as possible. Now here comes the second DRS point, uphill and left-hander. DRS now wide open. Fortunately, he doesn't look too close, but he could. No, he's far too far for a dive down the inside, though. He does certainly have the pace to maintain that gap to Mousy ahead of him for the next helping of DRS on the second to last lap. Now, interestingly, Pinax has managed to fight his way back up to 7th place and is 3.5 seconds behind Chris. Although Chris has DRS on the Alpine driver ahead of him, could we potentially see, if Chris does not make the move successfully around the Alpine driver, could there be team orders to give Pinax the more points in the sprint race, considering that the championship could be won this weekend? And here comes Dante again down the main straight. He's now 1/10 back. He looks to the inside with DRS. And well before the braking zone, he is now 1 car length ahead of Mousy. Dante, Aston Martin driver, now finds himself leading the race. But Mousy with a switchback going down the inside, fighting all the way through to the second DRS straight. Mousy will have the DRS. He will have the better exit as well. Still right on the gearbox of the Aston Martin driver. Does he make a move, though, down the inside? He does look to the inside, but unfortunately cannot close that gap. Dante now, entering the second sector now, leads this race.
I will be back, boys, in 1 second. Lava has one invite. Let me just sort that out real quickly.
No worries. Now, something's happened to the Alpine driver Formula 1, so now Chris and Pinax are in a 3-second window all by themselves.
Chris with a 3-second time penalty to exceed the track limit to Pinax's position.
So perhaps they don't need to switch. Perhaps they're going to maximise the points they can get from this and keep Chris ahead and have Pinax be the blockade to the drivers behind. Assuming Jas can cut down 5.5 seconds in 2 laps.
Yeah.
Mousy down the main straight again for the final lap of the race. He does have DRS, but unfortunately no ERS to help attack Dante into the first corner with a much better exit right on the gearbox of Dante. Will we see a switch in the race leader now coming towards the second DRS straight? Up the hill, left-hander stuck in 4th gear. DRS wide open. Mousy with 3 seconds. And that secures Dante and his race victory, assuming, of course, Dante does not get a penalty himself. Just behind Trexie, 0.4 behind Ghost Rider, fighting for the third step of the podium? Yeah, third step of the podium in the sprint race, as Robbie unfortunately retires in the session. Can Trexie, 0.3 behind, get the move done before the end of this lap? There's no more DRS zones. Still plenty of corners for overtakes, though. Certainly is cutting that gap down. He does have enough ERS left in the bank. To see as now we enter the final corner, corner 14, right before the long right-hander down to the line. Dante has done brilliantly, qualifying third, now finished the races in first, with Mousy in second. Ghost Rider and Trexie just behind. Mousy managing to keep that second place even with that 3-second time penalty. Jas next across the line, climbing 5 positions from his qualifying lap. Finds himself in 7th place. Formula 1 just behind him. Panos, fortunately with the time penalties from Formula 1, finds himself in the points, collecting himself 1 point for the team. 5 positions gained by both the Aston Martin and the Mercedes driver. Tech now finds himself up at 12th place. And to finish the race, we've got Rebellious, the second of the Ferrari drivers now. Unfortunately had to pit, I believe, or was just quite unfortunate with a number of spins, perhaps. But who knows? Maybe starting in the back of the grid would can find themselves a lot of points for the race. You get to avoid all the incidents in lap 1. You get to have the front row seats to see it all happen.
Yeah.
So hopefully Rebellious will be able to capitalise on all that happens ahead of him now as he comes around the final corner and to the line. Rebellious finishing off the sprint race for Portimão.
Right, boys, I'm back.
Panos driver of the day. Honestly, I would 100% agree with that. That was brilliant. He qualified unfortunately quite a way back, but he brought it back in that sprint race.
Twice.
Ooh. Unfortunately, Lava is not able to join, but yeah, that's unfortunate.
Lava has joined the lobby.
Yeah, Lava has joined the lobby.
Yeah, but Lava joined.
That's weird, because for me, he told me that he couldn't see me for some reason. Yeah, that's weird.
Hynax scoring 3 points for the championship. That's 3
Ooh.
more points. He needs 12 points now to win the championship, which, if my maths is correct, that's what, 4th place or higher?
No, that is 3rd place or higher, because 4th
What's
place
4th
gives you
place?
10 points.
So not even fastest lap will help. Yeah, he has to get 3rd place or higher.
Yep. But my driver has won. That's nice.
Both
Dante.
I feel like this
Martin
is
drivers
biased
win the
commentary. You're
points.
like rooting for
No,
Aston
it is not.
Martin.
No, it is not biased commentary, obviously, but I just like that my drivers are doing well. But it's still a very exciting race, though, because we've seen a lot of battles at the end there, and I can't wait to see what happens in the race now, because the strategies are going to be a big part. We'll see who goes for different strategies compared to the other, and vice versa. So it's going to be interesting to see if what is
It's
so
fun.
it will be interesting to see who comes out on top.
Dante looks like a cheater. Dante is incredibly quick. Honestly, it's really impressive. Let's have a look now at the tyres that the drivers have on. We've got Robbie being the only driver on the soft compound tyres, and Dante the only to go for the hard compound tyres. Now that is interesting to see, that no one else has opted for a hard medium strategy.
Now,
What do you guys think? I think everyone's going to go for the one stopper, honestly. I can't imagine people going for the 2-stop.
yeah. What is happening in the chat?
It's fine.
Why am I getting pressed? What have I done wrong?
Nadim Pika. Pika? Pikachu?
That means something very. That is not a good word. I don't
Okay.
know. That is interesting. Well,
I want to play Pokemon now. I really want to play Pokemon now.
Pokemon. What? Why?
I don't know.
Okay, interesting.
Hey,
But
Cockroach, welcome.
I mean, this is gonna be very interesting to see. Dante is gonna be
Shanae, I think.
on the
Go
back
on.
foot. Yeah, I think he's gonna be on the back foot for a bit, because he's on those hards, compared to everybody else who's on the mediums. But we've seen he has tremendous
Dante
pace.
unfortunately disqualified as well. He tried to line up on the grid and got went to the box wrong. Those hards are going to start cold.
Now that is extremely difficult with hards as well. He's gonna probably lose a few positions on the start here. That is without a doubt, but he needs to lose as well. He needs to try and lose as little as possible now, because he doesn't want to be stuck behind drivers, and there's gonna be a DRS train. So yeah, as we're getting ready for 5 red lights.
Let's see with
Alrighty.
Dante now. On board 5 red lights. Nadim, you take away the first lap.
Yeah, there we go. And we're off. Dante is screaming with those tires. Mousy gets a great start. The Ghost Star is already alongside of him now. Trexie as well. He goes completely wide there. Dante has lost so many positions down into P7. Now we have Pinex and Trexie fighting for position. And my goodness, there's been a chaotic tough at the back as they're going 3 wide into a corner now. We have Ghost Rider, well, Pineax and Trexie side by side. Pineax on the inside, Jazz struggling for grip, as well as Dante. And now Trexie and Pineax going side by side. Trexie looks for the inside but can't get it. And now Pineax is in P3, Trexie P4. Mousy, great start. Ghost Rider as well. An absolutely terrible start from Dante. He lost so many positions on that start, and this is gonna hurt him massively. Now, this is what we've been talking about. Those hard tires are not gonna give you an advantage now, and you're stuck behind 6 cars, and it is going to be quite tough to get through the field at this moment, but we'll see. He's got amazing pace, and I don't question him being fast or anything, but he's going to have a big, tough challenge here. But that was a hectic first lap, I have to say, as we have 2 people in the pits. Formula 1 in the pits, as well as Technos, who both looks like to have damage of some sort. Yeah, damage, and Formula 1 decides to go with the soft compound tire as well. Now Technos also on the soft, so they're going to be doing a 2-stop most likely, but they could do a 1-stop as well if they're lucky. So yeah, very unfortunate for them. They come out the worst here, but still nevertheless not over. But what I'm interested into seeing is what happens here at the front, because it looks like everybody has got an equal chance here, and we have Panos, who looks like there has been a turnaround, as now that's a great strategy for my boys, as they say, okay, Panos is on the mediums, he's going to be faster than Dante, and he lets him loose now on Chris, and Panos now has a very good chance to move forward in this race. As you can see, 1/10 between the two, as Chris is 1 second from Jazz. And yeah, let's see what Panos can do, as Chris is using a lot of ERS to just pull away. That is quite a big amount, as Mousy is not safe at all in P1. Pinex is there and about, and he's in that prime position to take the championship. All he needs is that 3rd place. So right now, he's in a very good position to win the championship, ladies and gentlemen here. And guys, what an exciting start of the race. What are your thoughts?
I'm just astonished by the start. I mean, I'm really upset for Dante. I mean, it was a good strategy call. I know that he'll have the faster tires at the end of the race, and we've already seen his raw pace during the sprint race. So just imagine what he'll have as the advantage for mediums for the hards compared to the hard drivers, or hard compound.
As we have a position moved up, Panos as overtaking Chris, and now Dante is the next one up. So lovely to see the Aston Martin boys working together here to gain as many positions as they can. But also up in the front, Pinex is now inside of that, well, inside of that 1 second. And now with DRS, this is going to be interesting. As well as now Dante is getting so close to Chris, and with DRS and ERS activated, Chris has absolutely nothing left to fight, and that's an easy overtake. And now this is going to be interesting, as Mousy is also close to Ghost Rider, as Ghost Rider has overtaken him. Sorry for not catching that, but here we go. Mousy is trying to get the position back. He goes down the inside. Ghost Rider lets the position be, and now Mousy retakes the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix here. And oh my goodness, they almost collide with each other there. Mousy placing the car in a very unusual place or position, and yeah, very scary moment there for a Ghost Rider, almost bumping Mousy and losing some front wing there. So yeah, very interesting start, as Jazz is on the back of Trexie, very much so, only 5 tenths between the two. But I think we also need to be keeping lookout on the top 2, the top 3, as we have a yellow flag. Robbie has spun on the soft compound tires, so he's not having a great race himself. That's very unfortunate to see. He's probably gonna be
Ghost Rider
forgetting this
0.3
one.
seconds behind. He's got
Yep.
DRS again. I say he's
Here
got
we
DRS
go.
anyway, but he's got
Here we
DRS. He
go.
could be going for a move. Let's go on board
Gaining.
with him. He's right on that gearbox.
And Jazz has overtaken Trexie. Drax has overtaken Trexie, and now there is a huge ERS train, just like I said. And look at Trexie's now looking for maybe a move. Ghost Rider's not close, and he's not gonna go for the move, but Trexie might potentially try and do it. Oh, Jazz goes for a win, and he spins into Trexie! Ooh, that is not what you want to see. And now Trexie and Jazz are both very much on the back foot here. Does Trexie have any damage? Possibly, maybe, but that allows Panos to get through up into P4. Jazz losing the car, feeling the pressure from Trexie, and now is on the back foot. I don't think he has damage himself, but very unfortunate incident there, and now they're going to be looking to bounce back after that. Trexie just caught up in it. He couldn't really do anything in that position, really, because it was just a weird angle, and yeah, just very unfortunate to see. But now this opens up as we have Ghost Rider. He's 3/10, he's gaining, he's gonna go for it down the inside, and 3 takes the P1. But I don't think that's gonna stand long, because Mousy is now going down the inside. Ghost Rider is gonna have the outside for the next turn. Mousy tactically leaves the position and also gets DRS here. He's going to use the DRS as well. Does he send it down the inside? No. No, he doesn't, but Ghost Rider leaves just enough space, and Ghost Rider is spun! Ghost Rider is spun, and look at Pineax, he's already on the back foot. Mousy and Ghost Rider do collide, and Ghost Rider falls down to P7. What
And
is
Pineax
happening
now
in
up into
this
P2.
Grand
This is a
Prix?
stellar race for Pineax.
Pineax and Panos as well into P3. Now only 8 tenths to Pineax, and what a race. It is opened up completely now. Unbelievable stuff. Ghost Rider makes a crucial mistake trying to leave enough space for Mousy, because he was looking to the inside, but then because of that, he gets unstable with the car and loses the rear end and completely spins. Very lucky on Mousy's side to get away with no damage there as well. And now we have a 3-way battle for the win, and Pineax is looking like he's going to get the championship here. Well, it's only lap 7, but it's looking very good for him. And by the looks of it, the race has only been getting crazier and crazier, as now Dante is on the back of Jazz. The 2 Mercedes are next to each other as well. Now those hard compound tires should be starting to get into a groove, as he's been struggling a lot with them by the looks of it. Probably the wrong strategy call there to go on those hards. What? I'm not sure if that was meant for me, Darkness, but alright. Anyway, coming back to this fight, it's looking very interesting indeed. Now, as we can see, Panos has got some incredible pace, and Pineax is going to be feeling it now. Only 3 tenths between the two, and yeah, he's gonna give it all. What a comeback race from him, it has to be said. But nonetheless, Pineax as well after that collision, also very lovely indeed to see him up into P2. I think he does it really well here. But look at that, we have Dante now is going to be trying to get a move on the Mercedes drivers. He goes down the
Jazz as
inside.
well, looking down for a move on his teammate.
Oh my goodness, what is going on there?
Jazz makes it through.
As now they are all very much close to each other. Dante gets left no room on the outside, but now both of the Mercedes drivers, and they hand off the position. They're working together against Dante here. He's left all alone to try and somehow get through these guys. But it's going to be difficult, because they are going to be working together, and they know very much how it's looking like. And look at that, Panos is only 9,000ths of a second to Pinex, and then he sends it down the inside, and he gets P2. Panos has done it, and now he's in a prime position for Mousy. Unbelievable stuff. Pinex, I don't think he expected the amount of speed Panos had through the middle sector, and now he's up back into third place. But Panos, a stellar race up. Let's see the positions now gained here, as if I can even get that. It's broken. Yeah, 6 positions gained. Unbelievable. And Dante has done it. He has overtaken Ghost Rider, and Jazz is now feeling it. He's feeling it because Dante is going for it. Dante's all over the back of Jazz. Ghost Rider as well, looking to maybe bounce back and get the move, but Dante has so much more grip, so much more pace than Jazz, and now he's sending it down the inside, and Jazz has left defenseless here, but they do almost make contact, just runs completely off track, and does get the position. I don't know if that is illegal or not, but it looks like it's not because he's kept the position. And Panos, again, in the middle sector. He has so much speed compared to Mousy, and he does the same move that he did on Pinex just a moments ago. And he's now up into P1. Ladies and gentlemen, what a race. The top 3 just switching positions between each other. And now Mousy's looking to bounce back, only 3/10 now. Pinex is just keeping it in that 1 second gap. Does he have DRS for this? I'm not sure. He should have. And he does, yeah, he does. He does have it. Oh, unbelievable. As Dante has overtaken Ghost Rider and Jazz. What has happened there? I'm not sure. But Dante has no ERS. Ghost Rider goes down the inside, and he gets the position back, and now he's up into P5. What is this? That's the I'm sorry, my brain not functioning. Sometimes it is quite crazy, this race so far. Dante left with no ERS. He's just stuck in this very bad position, and what the hell is going on there, as he has to go really wide to avoid evasive actions, and Jazz is back up into P6. Yeah, he's just stuck. Just like I told you, just like I said at the start of the race, he's gonna get stuck in this big train, and he's not gonna be able to do anything in this position. But nevertheless,
we've seen drivers in worse positions come out of it though, and we've seen Dante's pace as well. Considering where he started in the sprint and then where he ended in the sprint, he's definitely a driver to keep an eye on to make it through.
Yeah,
and we are approaching the pit window for those mediums as well. The mediums, if I remember correctly, can last around 14 laps at most. So those mediums will slowly start to drop off soon, and those hards are going to come into play really well, really quickly.
Yeah, and I think once he gets that free air, there's nobody ahead of him. He's gonna be a lot more. I think he's gonna have a lot more pace. You know, he's not gonna be in this big of a pickle here because he's losing quite a lot of time. You know, you don't want to be in this kind of situation as a driver, especially if you're that fast. Like, it can be quite frustrating in some moments, but you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, he has no ERS to play with, so. Yeah, he's just in a very difficult position. We're going to come back to that in a bit, but looking at the front 3, they have been just absolutely incredible. I mean, especially Panos. He's got amazing second. The middle sector is just on par, and now 1.1 second away from Panos. Now, Mousy, he could be in big trouble here if he doesn't get the DRS, because Pinex is going to have a huge advantage, and it's not looking like he's able to get it at all. So, yeah, it's going to be very stressful for him now. He needs to pull out something out of that bag and try and get within Panos, because this is not helping. Because, look, Panos has... Sorry, not Panos. Pinex has now got that the DRS and the ERS, obviously, and now he's gonna be all over Mousy because Mousy in this situation is vulnerable very much to Pinex, and Trexie might get involved as well. And yeah, very interesting as Samidan and Point K fighting for position as Rebellious retires in the pit lane. Probably just a frustrating race for him as well. But nevertheless, Samidan is still looking very much opportunistic there to try and get a move down on Point K, but he doesn't look like he's going to be able to get in. Point K is up into P8. So, for now, there is no positions change. And yeah, very interesting as we have see Dante still very much next to Jazz and Ghost Rider as they're just, the Mercedes are doing really well to keep Dante behind here, just keeping it together as a team and giving each other enough DRS to play with and ERS, and to just be able to continue to fight with Dante because obviously he has the pace.
It's
And now
it's
very
amazing team
close.
play for the two of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at this.
However,
Dante is
unfortunate for the Aston Martin driver who now looks to the inside and
just not close to being
tries to
really
make another
good.
move.
He just
Although
can't.
unfortunate for Dante, it's actually really thrilling to see team orders making a huge impact, whereas usually we've seen drivers just go ahead and fight it out between the two.
Yeah, but look at that. Jas has had a really bad sector. Now he has to go to the outside. Dante, all the way around the outside, does the move. That is absolutely brilliant. The grip of the hard tires. Wow, that was amazing. But then he just lets the position back. Ah, that is not what you want to see. I think he got a bit scared there on the inside. And yeah, well, it was a great move nevertheless from Dante around the outside. It's a great battle right now. It's a really great battle to watch as currently is the only, well, you can say action-packed. You can say it's really, really interesting between these three. For the last 6-7 laps, they've been going at it.
I would
And it's
typically
just,
say
yeah.
that this is the part of the race where pit strategies are going to really make a difference, and it's a matter of waiting for who's going to pull the trigger first and who's going to be able to come out on top. As Dante now really close on the gearbox. Does he go for a move down the inside? He is right alongside. Too wide into the first corner, but unfortunately has to back out of it. But yeah, normally we would say that this is the stale part of the race, where it's just down to tyres, who's going to pull the trigger first. But no, Mercedes are just fighting and fighting, and we are loving it, honestly, every bit of it.
I mean, Dante, all he needs here is to get
Down the inside, he's got the move on Jazz. Brilliant. As we speak about him, he gets the move done again.
He needed that really, really good. Like, he really needed that overtake. And now, he's loose. Because Jazz, those tires are not going to be good at all. And Ghost Rider is going to be feeling the pressure as soon as he sees Dante behind it. He's got no DRS in front to Trexie. And now he's going to be very vulnerable here as Dante has got a lot of pace compared to him. And he's
now the
now
question
finally,
is,
yeah, go ahead.
The question is, those tires, those mediums, are going to start to drop off a cliff very quickly now.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the.
How much time? As now, there goes Mousy. He pulls the trigger.
Mousy.
He's the first in the top 7 to pit for those tires. There goes Ghost Rider as well.
Tactical. As soon as
how much time can Dante put in this lap now? It is all in.
He needs to push every lap now. From now on, if he wants to get in the top 3 to have a big battle, he needs to push like crazy, because it is that time that you have free air and you have the tire advantage on those tires, and you're going to be on the mediums at the end as well. So, yeah, look at that. Purple first sector. Now, that is quite impressive on 15 lap old hards. And it's looking really feisty between these drivers, and now I'm just waiting to see what happens, because now Mousy and Ghost Rider have pitted. Mousy on those tires are gonna feel it, because those tires are gonna be quite cold. Now Pineax, I think Pinex is in prime position, staying out longer, because I've seen it in Tier 4, the undercut didn't work compared to the overcut. It's much better to stay out a bit longer, because the tires are just not working, especially here, as here we go, Panos and Pinex both in the pits, and yeah, let's see what happens. I think they both done really well, as well as Trexie in the pits as well. He sees the two in front just go for it, and he says, "Why
Johnson now
not?"
inherits the lead of the race.
Yup.
Finally, after that very
Here.
unfortunate start of the race, he is back up there on first place. On first place, in first place.
Look at this, look at this. Mousy is not even close. I think he's going to be there, but he's going to lose the position to Trexie as well. So the undercut did not work at all. He's going to be alongside. No, he's going to overtake Trexie, though. My mistake.
But he's
he loses
behind
the position.
Panos and Pinax, crucially.
Yeah, but he's side by side with Pinax, who has got that really, really cold tires, and he's gonna be feeling it. And now they're going side by side. Mousy is on the inside, now coming up for the next turn. Pinax round the outside tries to at least make it side by side for the next turn, and he does, as Mousy now has the inside line, and he takes the position away from Pinax, and it was a scary moment. It's 4 seconds to Panos, and it's crazy. And now Dante, let's see what he can do. Because
Now, a pit stop is about 25 to 26 seconds. So if Dante pits now, he will find himself ahead of the Mercedes. But as we mentioned before, he's going to have the pace advantage. He sets it the fastest lap of the race on those hard compound tires, 16 lap old hards. Impressive driving.
He's gained 5/10 on Panos in the last lap. My goodness, this man has just said, "I'm done messing around here." But 16 seconds from Panos, and it's 20 seconds to Mousy. So he would come out effectively in the mix with Pinax and Mousy. Now that, as well as in the mediums, I'm excited to see what happens in this race. This race has given us everything, from strategy to overtakes to battles to absolute craziness. And Chris and Point K are fighting. Chris does make the move on Point K, and now he's up into 9th place. He's lost a few positions this race. Unfortunately, not his race either. They that has to be said, really. Then, and unfortunately, instead we've been Ghost Rider and I believe Pinex. So that's also very unfortunate for Ghost Rider. Could have had a really good battle as well with him, but it is what it is. But Panos is now getting even stronger. He's taking a whole second out of Dante in the last lap. Now that is what I call speed, ladies and gentlemen. Is he gonna break the time of Dante? No, he's not. But I think now he is, because those tires are getting much better on the grip as well. 5 seconds now, extending that gap to Mousy, and they're gonna be feeling those hard tires that Dante was feeling in the beginning, because the hard tire is such a difficult tire to work with, especially, you know, when you have this kind of race. You want them to switch up in immediately, because you cannot lose time. It is very much key to just stick with it and try and gain as much time as possible. But maybe it wasn't as bad for Dante as we thought, even though he did lose a lot of position, got stuck between those Mercedes drivers. But nevertheless, he's still.
Do you think he'll pull the trigger now and pit for those mediums?
It is very good. I don't know. I'm not sure. He might go on the softs. He might try and send really late. It might try to go on the softs. You never know. I mean,
But the hards reach around 50% towards now. So if he tries to go for the softs, it is very much possible, but his tire is going to be at least 70% before he pits for the softs. He's going to have a limited window to be able to make those softs count.
The thing is, what I have with this, right? If he can have consistent enough pace to not lose too much time to Mousy and Pinex, because Call Me Panos is right now is absolutely killing the times. if he's able to get consistent lap ins and, you know, not lose too much time, the delta, you know, not being too much, then he should go for it. But it's a safer option to go into mediums, but he can try it with 10 laps to go. He can go on those soft and then absolutely destroy it. He's very much up for grabs here, the podium, really. But he needs to push it. He needs to go, 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 go. There's no room for mistakes. He hasn't done any mistakes this race either, which is very nice indeed. He's had a really nice race. Yeah, he got stuck on the start, unfortunate events, but as well, you have to say Panos, what a comeback he's had. Not obviously making those mistakes in the sprint, and then now provisional victory here, but it's also interesting to see with Pineax because Pineax needs that P3. Currently, if we're looking at it, he will get it unless Dante spoils the party and catches the Mousy and Pineax, which is, at this rate, very much possible because Pineax has no DRS right now. He has not much ERS left either. Panos has got a lot, as well as Dante. Dante has 50%, so he's been saving. So once we see that that ERS go off, when he starts to use it, we know that is go time and it's time to go into the pits. So we need to keep an eye on that as, nonetheless, everybody else is quite far away from each other. You know, not much going on. So it's going to be interesting to see. Traxi is lurking in the shadows of Pineax. Between 1.9 seconds is the gap. So yeah, very interesting to see what happens here as Pineax just keeps extending the gap. He's really done all he can do really at this point and just not make a big, huge mistake. As look, Dante he's still going. Dante is still going. So it's going to be interesting. Interesting to see what he does and is he gonna try it? I mean, he could. He's on that 20 lap old hards compared to everybody else who is, you know, on a you know, no, those fresh hards. So the question is now what the gap is gonna be when he pits to Mousy, Panax, and even Traxi as well. It would be really unfortunate if he gets behind Drexy, but he's could get. I don't know what how much he loses. Is it 20 seconds, 21, 22? It's around there.
25 to 26 seconds, sorry.
Yeah, well then he is gonna probably be behind the Ferrari as well. But like I said, once you get on those mediums, the pace is so much faster, and they're gonna be on 6-7 lap hold hards, which are already a bit worn now. So it's just a question of if you're gonna have enough time to get through them, and do you have enough pace.
And
So
to know, he's also closing down his time to the lapped car ahead of him. So potentially, if he's sticking out, he could be trying to go for that DRS and help keep his pace going on those old tyres.
Very much indeed, very much indeed. Even though Panos is closing the times for every lap, it's 1 second. But to Mousy, it's actually not. It's actually the opposite because Mousy is not gaining on Calmi Panos. And I don't think Mousy is gaining a lot of time on Dante either. Because the last time he did a 121, which is not that great. And look at that. Dante is only 2/1000ths of a second slower in the first sector. So that to me is insane. On these 20 lap apple hards is somewhat we're found some crazy amount of pay. And he's not using his ERS, by the way. He's at 70%. So he might be saving it all up. And I am so intrigued to see what he does. And I think I was right. And he's done a purple second sector. What? How is it even
Pushing it.
possible? How is this even possible? Wow. Now this is what I call racing, ladies and gentlemen. He's got... Wow. Wow. What is he going to do? Is he going to go into pits? He might.
He's not.
Oh,
He's gone a bit wide.
It was really wide there. Yeah, he lost a lot of time there, unfortunately, but Wow, he's exceeding expectations, I have to say, on those 22 lap old hards. And this is what I think we might be right here. I think he's gonna go with softs. This only seems one logical option here because with 10 laps to go, the mediums are not gonna give you as much performance. It's definitely much rather better to get the soft compound because Panos is quite far away. You're not catching Panos, no way. So I'm really intrigued to see what happens. I mean, now he's coming up to the lap car of.
I think that's Formula One in the Alpine. No, it's Williams. I think that's Stu.
Yeah, that is Stu. Now, is he going to give him the DRS? That is
Without a doubt, he is right on that gearbox. Stu will, without a doubt, have the blue flags out.
But
unfortunately, it's not where Dante would want it.
But he is actually, because now he's going to get DRS. He's going to get DRS, so...
No, he's not. Oh, well, if...
Now he is. Now he is.
No, he's not. He's gone ahead before the DRS detection zone. He's not going to have DRS on this straight.
Oh, that is not...
It will be the driver behind him to have the DRS.
Oh, that is not what Dante wanted. Now, this Stu has overtaken him. I don't think he knows he needs to let this man go by.
Well, no,
Now
if he's got the pace, he can certainly fight it.
Yeah.
But to some extent, he will have to get out of the way.
Losing him a lot of time. Look how much time he's losing him, and he's gonna get DRS, Dante. Yes, now. But
very late opening it as well.
Yeah, I think he's frustrated with Stu here, and yeah, he's not doing well on those tires. What the hell? He's just teleported back behind Stu. I don't think that's what he wanted, but I think it's box time.
Yes, definitely box time. Those tires are 100% gone. Let's have a look at the time to leader now. He still has a 30-second gap to Ghost Rider, so he will come ahead of the Mercedes duo, but is he
have enough?
He's got to go for the softs.
No, there's nothing else to go for here, really.
28 seconds to Ghost Rider. He's 2 seconds away from losing that position to Ghost Rider, potentially.
That mistake really cost him there. I'm going to have to say it. That really cost him there.
He must go in the pits now.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense not to.
Yeah,
there he is. Finally into the pits. Does he slow down in time? He does. Just about makes it.
And now, let's see that pace. I think he's going to have some really, really strong... But does he have enough laps to catch up? That is the most important
Let's see,
part.
Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider is the driver I think he's going to get out ahead. He'll be about a second and a half ahead of Ghost Rider.
In the pits. He was stopped in the pits for a long time. And I don't think this is...
Here comes Ghost Rider.
No, he's going to get in front.
I think...
No, maybe. No,
Ghost Rider's got this, but he does have those soft compound tire. He is going to have some extreme pace advantage.
No, but unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but he got really stuck in the pits for some reason. He forgot to turn off the limiter. And I think he could have gone in front, if anything.
Let's have a look quickly.
That's not good. Now he's gonna have to push like mad, but I don't think he's gonna be able to get podium.
It was a quick stop. It was a 2.2 stop. So yeah, it was just down to I can't get out of the settings.
Yeah, that's a bug. You're gonna have to leave the whole lobby.
Technical difficulties. One moment.
Did you change any settings?
No.
What did you change?
You just gave him the position. Oh wow, that is interesting. And now the man is off the leash, and now he has 8 seconds to catch up to the leaders. Can he do it? If he can do it, that would be impressive. Not gonna lie. And now he has all the RS to play for, and he's gonna be pushing like crazy. Now let's see the timings. How much is he gonna gain in this one lap? And just a reminder, there are 10 lap pulled hard compared to 1 lap pulled. My goodness, he's already getting a second. My lord almighty.
Well aware, technical difficulties.
9 tenths faster
He's 5.2 seconds to Trexie. Wow. Now that is what I call pace. It might actually work out. My goodness, he's gaining. What is? I cannot even comprehend how much time he's gaining. He's gained like two seconds in one lap, and Trexie's got 3 seconds. Ooh, that is not good for him. No, that's not good for him. And my goodness, Dante is just flying. 3.7. He's gained. What is this? I've never seen this in my life. That a driver.
Over a second and a half a lap.
Uh, that is the question. 17.8. That is almost
Will
3 seconds faster.
I honestly think Dante will deny the championship win here, without a doubt.
By the looks of it, it is
Yeah.
very much indeed looking like that. But I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying he needs to still gain. He needs to keep gaining like this. But I mean, the amount of time he's gaining is absolutely unbelievable, and this is really interesting to see, as Panos just in P1 doing his everything. But I don't think he's gaining as much time as he did. Now it's a bit slower. It's not gaining a lot of time to Trexie. I think he's backed off a bit now with that. He's done one lap, and a bit of, those soft tires are going to give you that pace, but also you need to bring them to home because they are icily. At the end, they will be going, basically. But
They'll
now,
be about 40-50% comfortably.
2.7, 2.6, it's just going down crazy. How much grip he has around the third sector is absolutely insane. And now he's gonna, he's not even close to his time. He's actually 1.6 seconds slower. He might have made a mistake there because he was purple in the last sector, which is crazy. He's pushing the limits, absolutely pushing the limits. He knows how it will be a great result for him to bounce back like that. I mean, wow, 2.4 now. The gap just keeps falling behind. And 6/10 now slower, but that's still so much more time compared to anybody else in front. Like, nobody's even close to him in times. And now it's only 2 points. It's only 2 seconds now. So he could get the RS on this lap. He could get it. And then that is a big if. And we have a lot of laps remaining. And Trexie is reasonably close to Pinax. So this is unbelievable. Yeah, to 1.2. He could get it. He could get it now. If he does have enough speed, he's using that ERS. He's using it in corners you shouldn't be using it, and he is.
Crucially, in that 1 second now.
Oh, wow. And he's now got the ERS, and he's using everything. It's 6/10.
There goes the
Trexie.
DRS.
Now, this is interesting. He needs to overtake, but he's going to overtake him next DRS chicane easily, I believe. He can just... Ooh, that was close. I think there was a bit of a touch there.
Dante spinning it out of the uphill corner.
No.
That is
That is
not what we wanted
unfortunate.
to see.
And he's going to lose the position to Ghost Rider. I think the contact with Trexie, I did feel like there were a bit of contact there. And now he has
Gonna have
those...
warm rears, yeah.
Oh, that was looking like a good one. Oh.
Of course, Nadim, being the Aston Martin team principal, you'll be upset with this result.
I mean, I would be upset,
Panos
but
still in the lead of the race, though.
I
Dante
can't
will
say
have
anything.
that advantage to possibly recoup and get 5th place, get ahead of the
Well,
Mercedes.
I think he can still get P5 because Ghost Rider has have a penalty, so it's not gonna be a matter of if he's gonna be able to get it. He's gonna be able to get it, but there goes his chance of a podium, and now Pinax has done it. There's no other, unless he does something really bad. it's over. I don't think anybody else is able to challenge it. Yeah, very unfortunate there, but yeah, I can't really say much about that. He was too eager. I think the pressure a bit maybe got to him a bit there. You know, maybe too much confident on those softs. You know, overconfidence, and that little bit of contact between him and Trexie maybe unsettled him. But it is what it is at the end of the day. You move on, but
Also to note that Portugal is a track that's very harsh on your front tyres, but your rear tyres will get hot very quickly towards the end of that lap. So perhaps all of that pushing, he didn't really give an opportunity for his tyres to properly cool down before he continued to push and go on the attack.
yeah, possibly, yeah, that's very true as well. But I mean, he's gonna be happy with a top 5. He did win the sprint as well, so that is some very good points on the board with the Panos in P1 as well. Good points for Aston Martin team. I'm not complaining. Um, Obviously, it would have been great from a race perspective wise. You know, it would have been exciting to see up front, but nevertheless, this has been a great race so far. Anyway, he's gonna walk with the fastest lap though as well. So yeah, he's gonna still have a lot of points from this weekend. But the man we're watching right now, my POV, Pineax, the man who's conquered it all, I have to say, this season. Been consistent, been absolutely amazing throughout the whole season, getting great, astonishing results for the McLaren team. Absolutely perfection from Pineax. Never let anything get to him. No pressure, nothing. He's now coming up to the final few laps, and he's looking ever so close to
Don't jinx
becoming.
it.
Well, I'm not jinxing him, but I'm just saying he's having ever so close to becoming our season 3 champ. Even though it is still, you know, we have 2 more races, but he's been that brilliant this whole season that he's able to do such a thing. With obviously Mad not here to challenge him, but I mean, what can you say more? This man has been absolutely amazing throughout the season. I think, guys, we have to give credit to him, really. Now Dante is close to the Ghost Rider. I think he's gonna at least try and overtake him on the road, and he does do
Down the
that.
inside. For a second there, I thought they were going to collide a little bit.
Yeah, same, but realistically, obviously he wants to get, you know, at least a position on track. It's a bit better, you know, than, you know, getting in penalties, but you can see that this is a really tough track to, you know, go and race, and it's really hard to, but they really have a car of, that's another Williams, and that's Stu. That is Stu, who is kind of in a mix of a battle here.
And currently giving DRS to the Mercedes driver behind as well.
What is happening here?
Can Dante make the move down the main straight? He does move to the outside to make a move.
But
Fortunately,
that
does
Ghost
not
Rider.
have enough ERS nor the pace to fight, almost colliding into that first corner. But fortunately, both drivers have kept it clean. Dante going down for the inside move. Williams driver just ghosting through them both.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna have to move away from that one, and I'm gonna go with this final lap with Pineax. It is confirmed why that he wins the championship, correct?
Yes, he needs 15 points to win the championship with 2 points secured in the sprint race.
All right.
He will win the championship for season 3 in 3rd place.
Let me give some poetry to this man. Poetry. Let's go. The man we're seeing right now on the screen has been more than perfect for this season. He's now coming up to the final few corners of this Portuguese Grand Prix. And it's gonna be lights out not only for this race, but it's going to be lights
Across
out
the
as he
line!
takes the championship for season 3. Pinax is our season 3 championship winner for McLaren. Congratulations to this man. It's been an absolute privilege and honor to race alongside this man and to commentate his absolute brilliance throughout the whole season. Absolutely beautiful stuff, coming back strong as ever into Tier 2, absolutely destroying it out of the park. And it has to be said, this man is going to be talked a lot in the next few weeks, as now he is crowned the Tier 2 champion. Congratulations to our other winners, as we have Panos, the Aston Martin man, wins in Portimão here. Great recovery, starting last from qualifying and getting a spin. Then in the sprint again another spin, and comes back with 10 seconds on Mousy and wins. Mousy, very good job, kept it clean. Gets P2 in the sprint and P2 in the race. Couldn't have asked for more. Obviously would have wanted to get the victory, but nonetheless a great result for the Alfa Romeo man. But ladies and gentlemen, it has to be said, this whole season has been absolute fireworks and flames from drivers. We have some big rivalries, retirements, everything you can ask. And this is not even the end of this season, as we have 2 more races to end this absolutely astonishing season. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not following the channel, then what are you doing? You need to see more of this. Now, this is not even over. We have Tier 1 later on. Now, if this hasn't been the greatest race of this season, then I don't know what is. Ladies and gentlemen, Darkness, what can you say? What do you say to this performance?
Honestly, I'm speechless. Pinax really put in the work. He really got a great race throughout it all. The entire race today was a thrilling show. Dante, really unfortunate to see that he had spun. He qualified really well, managed to get the top position after the sprint race. Really strong start, but unfortunately with that disqualification, it just seemed all downhill from the start of the race. But he managed to pull it back. The hard compound tyres, what was that, 17, 18 laps nearly? Or even 23 laps it was, before pitting for those softs. So Dante, although Panos got the driver of the day, Dante, he made a stellar comeback, honestly. It was impressive. He was the Perez of this session, honestly.
Yeah.
But now, Trexie does make a good point. Although Pinax has won, we still have to wait for the penalty review. So no announcements for who the winner is in terms of the championship till till Wednesday.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting
So,
as well. But
so far, Pinax is currently
far.
our champion. Well, we'll have to see. He does finish this race with 18 points in the bag. He only needed 15 to win. So with 18 points, we will see what happens. Now let's get our race winner in here first. We get Panos in here. Panos, that was an impressive drive. How's that race for you, mate?
Great. I mean, honestly, you made some mistakes in quali and sprint as well, but in the end, made up for it in the race. It got to 26 points, down to 19 points, which is together 46, I think, in constructors. So, great race in general. Started B8 and fought my way through. So, yeah, very good.
Indeed. Constructors is definitely a good point. That's going to be a lot of strong points. Very unfortunate to see that your teammate had a bit of a spin. It definitely seemed like perhaps not the race win in hand for him, but a good collection of points. You looking forward to next week? Next week will be at Jeddah. Do you think that's going to be another possible win for the Aston Martin team?
Yeah, we have 2 very strong drivers, so I don't see why not. So yeah, definitely the win is definitely there for us.
Well, we look forward to it. Thank you for a very interesting race today, the sprint and for the full race. And we look forward to seeing what you have in store for us next week.
Thank you.
Now let's get Mousy the Cheese, our second place winner. Nadim, feel free to take this interview.
Hello, our second place finisher, Mousy.
Ooh.
Congratulations, first of all. Had to say, first of all, asking you, how was that race for you? Obviously, getting P2 in the sprint and then in the race. How did you feel after the race and the sprint?
After this, I am so tired. You know, it was really stressful trying not to get penalties after that first turn.
Did you feel like there was maybe a win there at the end, or
Uh, Panos, he was just really fast during the race. I had to let him go.
alrighty, any of you guys?
Yeah,
Any
GG's
You,
to him.
do you look forward to Jeddah next week? Do you think that possibly could be a weekend for you to get the race victory?
Definitely. I have a week off from school, so means more practice.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing what you'll show for us on the track next week. Thank you for joining us. We will see you,
Thank you.
next week. Let's get our race win. Oh, not sorry, race winner. Our championship, provisional championship winner. Let's get Pineax in here. Pineax. That was such an incredible race. It was the sprint. You managed to, unfortunately, not score as many points as you were hoping from the start of the race, but you still managed to secure yourself 3 points. And then to the race, you got that very crucial third place. How was that race for you?
The race was incredibly difficult. The most difficult race of the season, probably. We had strong pace in the straights, but on the corners and the corner exits, we were like a sitting duck, and like everybody was catching. And we were actually catching the guys in front, but it was not enough. Basically, like in the straights, I was catching like crazy, but on the corner exits, they just gain whatever they lost on the straights. And in the sprints, actually, that's I guess the first time I made a mistake like this, and it was really like difficult at that time. I had a really difficult time to control my emotions because that was honestly my bad, and yeah, I didn't really want it to spun and recover like that, but having scored points in the sprint is still like good in my book because yeah, it's fun. But in the main race, I'm happy with the P3 and the whole weekend. I'm happy that it's over already because it was the most difficult weekend of the season. So yeah.
Now, we still have to wait for penalty review, but you are the provisional winner for the Season 3 Tier 2 Championship. How does that feel? You know, you managed to work really well, and you've managed to win it 2 races, potentially win it, sorry, 2 races before the end of the season.
It feels really great actually. It was not the goal I had when I started the season because this game is a big unknown for me, and on keyboard and mouse, it's like it was close to impossible to like have good pace. But I tried to work my way through to have some pace, and it seems like it worked. And I'm happy to be a provisional champion for now. I'm happy to see podiums actually. Yeah, I'm like more than the championship itself. I'm happy that I'm seeing podiums more often than I thought because yeah, the game overall is really difficult with a keyboard and a mouse.
I can
But
imagine
yeah,
racing an F1 game on keyboard and mouse. I can imagine how difficult that would be, but it's still
in
an
21,
impressive drive.
thank you. In 2021, it was actually better. I was really enjoying that with medium traction. But in this game, besides from the first race, I guess I never turned to the medium traction because you can't do that. Like I can't even manage that at all. Like having pace and using medium traction at the same time is impossible as a task. So yeah, using full traction has its benefits. I can stay in the race, I can fight, but The downside is just a sitting duck on the corner exits. But yeah, I'm really happy and surprised how the season turned out.
Now, although
looking
you
forward to it.
have provisionally won the championship, I do look forward to possibly. Do you think we could see another McLaren on podium, possibly a McLaren victory at Jeddah next week?
Yeah, definitely. Jeddah is one of my favorite tracks. I have great pace at that track, and I think we can possibly see a podium. I'm 90% sure of that, but I can't really say much about winning because there are some rapid guys out there like Dante, Panos. The Aston Martin crew is really fast, and we need to catch them by a lot to be able to win. But I have high hopes for Jeddah and the season closer, Japan. More than Jeddah, I want to see a podium on Japan. So yeah, looking forward to both two remaining races.
Well, thank you, Nadim, Joe. Do you guys have any questions for our provisional championship winner?
I mean, the only thing I have is just congratulations anyway if you do get a championship. But I mean, that was crazy race. I mean,
Yeah, it really was. It was the most difficult race. I said that a lot, but it was really the most difficult race of all time in this season for me. And I hope we never get to see Portugal again for a long time. At least I don't want to race in Portugal anymore
That's fair
for
enough.
quite
Well,
some time.
we'll have to see. Hopefully, the calendar will be announced before the end of the season, but we will see. Thank you for joining us today, Pineax. Congrats again with the provisional win. We will look
Yeah,
forward to
thank you.
seeing the results on Wednesday. It's been exciting. Thank you for joining us, Nadim and Joe. Thank you for joining me in the commentary box for the race today. But don't go anywhere, both to my co-commentators and to you, the viewers. We do have Tier 1 right around the corner. The briefing for Tier 1 starts in around 15 minutes, and the race will start on the hour at 8 o'clock UTC. So please don't go anywhere. There is still a lot more racing. Shanae is currently 2 points away from winning the race in Tier 1, if my math is correct. He's currently 40 points in the lead, I believe. No, 50 points in the lead. And so, yeah, 2 points is all he needs to secure the victory at Portugal. So don't go anywhere. That will be an exciting race for sure. I guess I'll see you guys in about half an hour.